We are back with the Week 5 Waiver Wire episode. This is actually, I think, a pretty big week for the Waiver Wire.
Do you think so?
I think this is. I think this could be one of the best weeks of the year.
Yeah.
I should have bid more.
I made my largest bid.
There's like running backs available for the first time. Got some receivers available, quarterbacks.
QBs, yeah. For sure.
I must not
Let's
know.
just talk about some of
DJ
the hot guys that
DJ
are.
Giddens for sure.
I must not know.
Who's on the
what
radar
running
for
back?
y'all?
Yeah, what running back?
What do you mean?
Kendra Miller, I went in on.
There's Trey Benson might not play.
Trey Benson could be out.
Bucky could be out. So there's Sean Tucker.
That's not.
Yeah,
no one
so
gives a
no.
fuck
What do
about
you
that.
I heard a bunch of nonsense.
When Bucky didn't play last year, Sean Tucker came in and was
How about
really good.
two wide receivers? How about
No,
two
that was
top
when
5
Rashad
wide
White was
receivers
out, too.
going down? I feel like that's the bigger conversation.
I mean, I don't think anyone really cares about the Miami receivers. I think Dylan Gabriel will go off for a lot. I think Darius Slayton will be pretty penny, and then who's their running back? Is there a running back?
Sean Tucker, Amari DiMarcado.
That might be the biggest overspending week so far.
Yeah.
Oh, Darren Waller too. I have money on Waller.
100% laughing at me. Oh no!
Myself and someone else that's sitting next.
Got saying
Fuck,
off
I kinda
camera
wanted
that
it to
there's
be
some
me.
big money being
I think
spent.
Dylan Gabriel. I think a lot. I think there was a decent chunk put on Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, okay. I wasn't in on quarterback, so I'm good.
I put a couple bids in, but I don't think it was overspending. So
All right, let's do
I
it.
didn't get any.
All right, so just documenting this before I forget, to be honest, it is Tuesday night. Waivers roll tomorrow. And today has just been brutal. I thought that the Lamar Jackson injury was going to be nonsense. Instead, he actually pulled his hamstring. He's probably going to be out this week, week 5, probably week 6, and then bye week 7. I'm 2-2, and now all of a sudden, my team was built off of Lamar and Mahomes, and that has crumbled. And now as well, Flacco, my QB3, is getting benched this week. Pretty much for the next 3 weeks, I have Mahomes at QB1, and then at the Superflex spot, I can potentially put in somebody like Judy or Henderson or Addison. Or we're probably going to have to make claims anyways tomorrow on Dylan Gabriel and then Cooper Rush. But both of those guys are so bad. Where did it all go wrong? Quarterback was my strength at one point. I just spent probably the last 40 minutes going back and forth with Casey and Tony. I just want to document this here. I don't know if it's a, what do you want to call it, like a faux pas to just kind of document trade negotiations, but I think it's absolutely fine. Like, this league is documented. Just looking at the entire league right now, kind of the way that I've been thinking through this is I have Mahomes, and I've been thinking maybe while Lamar's hurt, can I send Mahomes for 2 quarterbacks and a stud, and I give you Mahomes and a piece. So Mahomes and a piece for 2 like QB2s and a stud. So I tried with Tony, like, could I do Geno Stroud and Nico Collins for Mahomes and a piece? That kind of fell through. He wanted to do Mahomes, Henderson, and Addison for Stroud, Geno, Nico, which I think is like somewhat fair, but I've just kind of learned that this league doesn't really value Mahomes. Then we have Casey, who I tried. He might flame me on his confessional, but I tried to do any of his 2 quarterbacks. I did try and do Fields at first, but even if you want to do Goff, Darnold, and JSN for Mahomes and a piece, I was open to it. He wasn't really going for it, so I don't know. I have kind of now taken a step back. I think this is something else to kind of talk about when it comes to trading in fantasy football is like the world's crashing down. Your team needs to have a move be made. But also you can just kind of zoom out and be like, you know, what if I just don't? And everything's kind of fine. So I don't know.
I bet you actually Tony overspent just out of like spite.
Does he have
He doesn't
money?
have enough because he went in on Jake
I still think
Browning.
he put like the rest of his money on the quarterback just out of spite to try and get me and Ron to not have quarterbacks.
I don't think so.
All right, let's
Wow,
see what
I'm
the big
excited
bid
now.
is.
Good luck.
The number 1 bid,
Slow.
Darren Waller to J-Mo.
Whoa!
Okay.
$70.
Okay.
I just feel like,
Nobody else bid over 12.
yo, that's bad.
Wow.
You got your guy, though. That's
Got
all
my
that matters.
guy.
J-Mo, explain yourself.
So I feel like in this league, with 200 fab, we have enough to like overspend one time.
Definitely.
Plus, I just have an extra 30 or 26 from you 2 in that other trade. So obviously, I definitely tapped into that bucket of extra funds for no reason. But I'm on bye this week with Tucker Craft. And if you just look at my roster, it lacks sex. Like, without Malik, it is not attractive. And not to say Darren Waller's a savior, but like, I have to buy storylines and buy opportunity, and I think he has that. No Tyreek. He had the 2 touchdowns. I don't think I would have spent this much if he didn't, but I just think no Tyreek. We saw what Jonnu Smith could be. I need to buy an opportunity, and he has that.
I think you overspent, obviously, just based on the numbers. I don't think it's a bad pickup at all, though. Yeah. I actually thought about putting about 35 or 40. The only problem with our league is there's always a Goddard or a Kincaid or somebody. Mm-hmm. So, like, the next replacement, the value over replacement doesn't seem to be there. I will say, though, Waller's the one guy on that list that has, like, untapped potential. With Tyreek going out, Waller's, like, their only red zone guy. Mm-hmm. Like, I could see him finishing with, like, 8 or 9 touchdowns this year and being a consistent player.
Like, if say he turns out to be a guy and I can flip him into a wide receiver 3, I kind of need that.
Yeah.
I'm being so serious. Like, are we sure he's, like, mentally stable?
Waller?
No.
Like, half of me is, like, one, he could get injured, but that's everyone. But two, like, I feel like he could stop playing football.
I'll probably play him this week. He'll put up 4 points, and he's relevant not once the rest of the year.
No, but
I think
as long as he's still out there, you're good. Like, my thing was
think
just like, is there a chance he doesn't finish the season?
No, I think he's fine.
Okay.
I feel like when he's been out on my podcast kind of recently, he was just talking about why he left the Giants. He was like, all we do is fucking run the ball. I don't want to like block anymore, really.
Sure.
Yeah, I think he's a really good fit in Miami. I think he's be good for the rest of the year.
We remember how good Johnny was last year.
Yeah. Right.
So, like, if Waller's taking that role, but wow, $70. I never would have expected J-Mo to put $70 on anybody.
No, I agree. People are scared to, like, go get their guy. Like, 70 or he's on your team. You know, at this point, it doesn't matter.
So then I'm assuming you still believe in Kraft. Like, after this week, he would be your guy.
This is straight up like I need some juice on my bench, and I hope that turns into this.
Fire.
Wow. Also, I went into the thought of, like, Kraft not being out this week. Like, if Waller wasn't my guy, like you said, someone's always on the wire. It was him or Goddard. After that, though, it was actually, like,
it's bad.
Slim pickings. So where I wanted him for a really bad rental this week as well.
Slim George.
I think $70 for Darren Waller is crazy. I think basing it on 1 week where you're playing the Jets, you lose Tyreek Hill, so it's going to be tougher to get to the red zone, which is kind of where, if he thrives, he is going to thrive. It's going to be tougher to get there now. But 2 touchdowns against a broke-dick Jets team, like, I understand that you have to put in a bid for him, but $70, I mean, that's over a third of our total fab for the season. I just don't see it. And J-Mo, oh my God, checking the bids, wins him at 70, $12. What are we doing?
This conversation over, should you spend, should you overspend, should you go get your guy? In my opinion, as someone who has not overspent so far, I think go get your guy. My worry is I see a lot of people going and getting guys that I don't think are their guys. For example, Darren Waller, go get your guy. If you want a starting tight end, you're buying into the Darren Waller hype, like, go get your guy. But I don't know if Darren Waller's that guy. What's to say a guy who has 3 catches is going to go be that guy? And I know Tyreek got hurt, but still, is he that guy?
Darren Waller went for $70 to Big Mo. And the next person underneath him who bid it was Nick with $12. So J-Mo had money to spend. He was talking about his fab, and he fucking blew it. Not blew it, but, like, dude made it rain, and not making it rain at the place you want to make it rain.
J-Mo is somebody that has been very frugal. Bid $70 on Darren Waller. Next man up is $12 for Nick. I will be honest. There's almost like a culture of, like, this league being very frugal on waivers. You don't get to take your waiver wire money with you. It's also a sharp league. Like, all of these guys, like Woody Marks is rostered. When James Conner went down, Trey Benson was rostered. It's a sharp league. There's not going to be gimmies on waivers. And if you have something, like, I imagine J-Mo did this because he lost Tucker Kraft. Or not lost, but he's on bye at this point.
Wow. Huge pickup there. The next bid is Ron picking up Dylan Gabriel for $61. Fuck. Big bid on Gabriel there.
That's a good get for him.
Joe put 40. A lot of very sizable bids. 6 bids of at least $20.
Wow. Gabriel's kind of a little bit like Jackson Dart. I think he's going to add a lot of rushing. Like, I don't think people, like, really know that about him, but I think as soon as we watch him in the first couple games, he's going to add an extra, like, 20 rushing yards a game.
I mean, I have 3 QBs, so that's obviously why, but, like, he didn't cross my mind to even think about bidding for him.
Me either. I just think there's less rushing upside than probably you're saying.
He's not as good as Dart, but, I mean, he had 25 rushing touchdowns over his last 3 years of college. Like, he is a threat when they're inside the 10-yard line, and I don't know. I just think they have good weapons there. Flacco obviously wasn't getting it done, but I don't know. Gabriel's a good fit. Ron also, like, so I'm playing Ron this week. He obviously doesn't have Lamar, and he had Flacco. So he needed a quarterback, but in that Sunday morning game, so Cleveland's playing in London, he has Gabriel now, he has Judy, he has Fannin, and I think Jordan Addison.
He does have Addison.
Yeah, that's
So he's got the whole Cleveland
That's
Browns
awful.
offense.
That's going to be a bad game.
playing against the
to be
Vikings who
invested
have been there through the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw what the Vikings defense does to quarterbacks.
The over-under in that game's 35.5 right now.
I just think it's going to be more select. He was playing in an Oregon team that was in the red zone 7 or 8 times a game versus the Browns team, which is going to be in the red zone, once or twice?
Do we think like this is his job rest of the season now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
You think he's locked in?
I do.
I feel like if they go on like a 5-game skid, they could easily
What if
go
he's
back
just
to
ass?
Flacco. Yeah.
I think their season is cooked. Like, they're just going to see what they have with him. If he gets a full season sample size with a good defense behind him, like
So
you pretty much get to make your decision off of the rest of the season. They have nothing to lose.
No Shadur.
Yeah, what if Shadur comes in?
I don't think they drafted Shadur after Gabriel. It feels like they were forced into making that draft pick by outside factors. They've made their stamp that Gabriel is the guy.
For sure, but like if they were forced to take Shadur, if he goes 0-5, they could be forced to start Shadur.
Yeah,
I mean, it's always going to come down to if Gabriel looks horrendous. I think he's a relatively medium to high floor quarterback. Like, I don't think he's not very mistake prone. Like, he's not someone that's going to go out there and be like Flacco, where you're throwing it 70 yards downfield and throwing 3-4 picks a game.
I also feel like they gave DTR a pretty long runway for as bad as he was.
That's fair.
Like, they're not afraid to watch someone suck, it feels like.
That's fair.
Ron, who we've seen is a big spender, went and got a guy that at least should be startable week in, week out through the rest of the season. Even if Dylan Gabriel isn't putting up 15 points per game, he does have rushing upside, and he does have, a floor, a safe floor, should be a safe floor, even orchestrating on the Browns offense. Like, he fits into that super flex position, in my opinion. Is he a league winner? Probably not. Is he going to get you 10 points every week? That's good to put in your lineup because there's not many of those guys in free agency. So
Dylan Gabriel bidding's a little closer, 61 for Ron to Joe's $40. It's super flex. I get it. Like, it feels gross spending that much on a rookie quarterback who is starting out as second string, but that's the nature of the beast. Like, you need quarterbacks in this league in Superflex. One becomes available, you got to spend more than you think you're going to spend.
Dylan Gabriel went for $61 to Ron. A lot of bids in there. I was the second highest bid. I had a $40 bid, but Ron had a $61 bid, which I guess we'll see how he is. I mean, it's going to be sick. He's another quarterback on his team. I only have 2, so if either one of my quarterbacks get hurt, I'm scrambling. So having a third one would have been nice, but,
All right. Well, waivers roll. That was a massive sigh of relief. I'll just be honest with everybody. We lose Lamar Jackson to injury. We lose Joe Flacco to getting benched to Dylan Gabriel. And in a super flex league with only 6 bench spots, things were getting really tough in terms of quarterback allocation on this team. I can't move Lamar to IR yet, which is annoying, so I couldn't even really make any other claims outside of quarterback. And really the only quarterbacks on waivers were Dylan Gabriel and Cooper Rush. To be honest, I've been debating ever since last night, like which one I would even prefer to have. We lose Lamar. Do we take Cooper Rush in a better offense? But we already know what he is. Statute quarterback. I looked up, he's averaged like 13 points per game in his starts over his career, which is okay. That's like between like CJ Stroud and Cam Ward area, so that's okay. But Dylan Gabriel is more of the swing on upside. Rain in school. Also, Nick had me sweating. This guy, like 15 minutes. I wonder if this was on purpose. But like literally 15 minutes before waivers roll, this guy Nick tweets out, Dylan Gabriel had 25 rushing TDs over his final 3 college seasons, also tied as NCAA's all-time leader in passing touchdowns, 155. So just like putting that out, then Sleeper Projections update has Dylan Gabriel at 16 points versus Cooper Rush's 10 points. So I kind of tweaked all day. I had like $21 for Gabriel, 16 for Cooper Rush, and then Nick tweeted that out. I saw the projection on Sleeper. We go with $61. I've kind of just accepted at this point. 2-2. Again, I keep echoing this. It's kind of insane. Me, Jack, Joe, all in the top 5 of teams in terms of points scored. Only 2 of us are going to make it to the playoffs. It is a brutal, brutal way to decide the playoff teams. I'm here for the chaos, of course, but also it means I got to win right now. Gabriel also gives me the next 3 weeks. Like, Lamar's going to have a bye in week 7, so Cooper Rush, I would be scrambling for quarterback again in week 7. So we'll see what happens with Dylan Gabriel. I just wanted to say my piece. $61. I got nothing left at this point, but it just is what it is. I've just made peace that I'm not going to be the guy where if a starter goes down and there's a clear handcuff on waivers, I'm not going to be in the running, but I'm filling holes elsewhere at this point. Tight end has been a weakness, and now without Lamar, quarterback is where we're at. I think we got decent value, $60. The next highest bidder was like $40. There was a lot of interest in Dylan Gabriel too. I was kind of shocked. I think 5 other guys. Joe put a bid, Gut, Jack, Sexual, Nick, and we get out of there with $61. That's fine by me again. We're just not going to be a team that can get heavy on fab, and I think that was the time to be aggressive, just with how my quarterback situation is for the next 3 weeks.
Okay, couple big bids so far. Next one, Gutta's picking up. Ooh, Brashad Smith.
I thought I was going to get him first. Yeah.
I'm trying to. I don't know why it's so difficult sometimes. Wow. Nobody more than $3.
I thought I was going to get him for a sneaky 3.
Gutta's. Do you want to get on and talk about it?
Also, Nick, can you explain this, please?
Explain what?
Good.
Or Gut, just like what the outlook is for him?
I mean, he's seeing an increase in tick every week. The running backs right there look awful. He's a young, explosive rookie who's awesome at pass catching. Like, that's what he did really well in college. So he had great PPR floor and in Kansas City offense.
Whose work is he taking? Both?
One of Hunt. Yeah, I mean, right now, neither of them are efficient whatsoever. I would assume it'd probably be more Pacheco than it would be Hunt, because Hunt's more just like the thud guy, 3rd and 1, get me a yard or get into the end zone, where Brashard is going to take the long down and distance, the 2-minute drills. Like, I think by mid to end season, we could see him take a very Jared McKinnon role like he used to have in Kansas City, where it's just like he's going to catch 6 balls a game and just have that floor, and then if he gets in, he gets in. And I need an RB3 desperately bad, and I've been holding handcuffs. Right. So I was like, if I can get him and take the risk and see what we have with him, then I would much rather do that than just keep praying JCM is going to turn the fuck out. And I thought we were going to have sharper guys in the league than, So
you thought the league was sharp.
Yeah, I mean, and it clearly now.
But by the way, if what you're saying is true and he starts catching 5 to 6 balls, it doesn't matter. Like,
I don't give a fuck.
Be well worth it.
No, I completely agree. I originally had it. You're saying you were big spending also got in my head. I originally had it at 33, and I was like,
no
might be sharp. Might be sharp.
Ever like helps.
Also,
it's never been a good. No one's ever raised their bid by 5.
It's just like 6 people like lying about things.
Yeah, then big, just out on.
I mean, not too big.
Yeah. No, anyway.
I guess it's obviously different, but it's the same thing that Nick was talking about, like Swift not being efficient. People just saying Monunga is going to take that job. Like,
I thought anybody that needed a running back,
Rashard just fits in that offense more. Like they are starting to use him when they're in 3rd downs. They're like scheming up pass plays for him, and I think they're gonna utilize him in not like Achane, but when they get down to the 10-yard line, when Achane becomes like an actual like target earner for them inside the 10. That's how I think they're gonna eventually be with Smith. I don't know who they cut out, but I feel like eventually they're gonna start getting him more and more involved.
Terrible. Like Hunt is clearly outside of his prime. Pacheco just doesn't look the same. This offense needs juice, and I think he would be an awesome fit. Now, again, this is me like projecting. I think when Rashi comes back and Xavier Worthy's like again still rolling, like having him in the backfield will only make this offense way more dynamic and harder to guard. Whereas like if you have Isaiah Pacheco or Hunt, like you don't really have much to work with there outside of a thumper. So I think they're going to lean into him. Every report I read as well, like I was looking him up last night a lot of just like they all love him apparently. Supposedly he's a beloved guy. So I was like, fuck it, let's lay the hammer down.
All right.
Team loves the guy they drafted.
Right. Exactly.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Huge pickup for Gut.
Yeah.
Brashard Smith went for $40 to Gut. What the fuck? The next one was Nick with $3. I don't know. Cool. I hope it works out for Gut, because Gut's 0-4. I hope that this dude just fucking pops off and he becomes a good running back for him.
The other funny one in terms of people overbidding, Gut $40 on Brashard Smith. I mean, maybe he knows something that we don't, but when you're bidding over 10 times the amount of everyone else, it's gonna reflect poorly if that dude doesn't really turn into anything.
Big Tony $0. Shout out.
Jack $0 too.
Tony puts 10 bids a week down for $0.
I respect the fuck out of
the amount he's working out there is crazy.
The sad part is, and the big one is like I dropped Brian Robinson for him, so I'll be intrigued to see.
Oh, okay.
But he can't be picked up until next week because he plays tomorrow. So that was my thought process.
Dumbest fucking rule ever.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
sharp
That's
drop.
what happened. That was with the Kincaid drop. That fucking,
no, not a sharp drop. That feels like a risky drop.
I mean, it was him or Ali, and I was like,
okay.
I was like, the Niners' offense, if
CMC also goes down, is literally going to be the worst
Dust,
thing
yeah.
in the entire league, and I would much rather keep Ollie so Nick can't snag him up, so that way I could just hold him just in case.
Pick up Ollie.
All right, go Burchard.
All right,
Big. Next bid.
I thought it
J-Mo,
was going to be me next.
Kendre Miller, $40.
Wow, he
Yes,
dropped
I am
Malik.
next. Let's go. I got my
There you go.
Ooh, barely beats out Joe.
Another 0 from Tony.
Yeah, there's a big running back pickup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's no guys that I've been like, I really want on my team. Otherwise, I'd pull the trigger. So it's fine.
Jalen will spend another $40. Jalen will spend $110 this week. God damn, bro. Kendre Miller, $40. Damn, I was going to up my bid to $40 too. I put a $35 bid in. Why? Because why not?
I like Kendre. Again, I'm buying opportunity, and I'm just leaning into the storylines that I think have real truth. If Kamara, I like what you said in the video, like there's a good chance end of the year he's like hurt, not so hurt, and they like call it.
Right.
In weeks 14 through 17, it's like, let's see what we have in Kendre.
Also,
Mark could be a trade candidate.
I was just about to say, like, if
I was looking though,
if
like
Guts
I couldn't
Boy doesn't
actually-
get going, like the Chiefs, how much
was
could
gonna say-
Kamara possibly cost to trade for at the
Sixth
deadline?
rounder,
Right,
probably.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's the cap. I don't know how the money works, but if the Chiefs trade for Kamara, like that's a no-brainer
Yeah.
for them. So it's like, I think it makes a little bit of
I
sense.
think they were going to trade for Tyreek, so now that he's done, it's Kamara.
I don't know if I was buying that.
I mean, with Rashi and Xavier all being fine, they probably weren't, but like I thought they were for a second there.
You would need that Kamara to the Chiefs trade.
Yeah, I don't really expect them to become anything if Kamara doesn't go anywhere, but
Would you drop?
Malik.
Oh, right.
Like, I had the empty spot.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
the money.
He just feels like one of those dudes in like trivia in 2 years going to be like, remember when Kendre won your fantasy
Yeah.
league for
Right.
you in weeks 15, 16? Some bullshit.
Like Deion Lewis that one year.
Right. Like,
That's dangerous.
0 rushing attempts.
Casey gets the next one. I'm a little worried that the player you picked up is a player I wanted. So let's see. It wasn't. Okay. Malik Washington, $36.
I actually rebidded not through table talk, just me sitting there being like, I'm tired of underbidding. I really want this guy.
I almost spent 100 on Waller. Like 70 was me being cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking there we go.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, not an overpay.
Tony.
My original would not have gotten there. 3 bumps after the fact would have, but I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Like your bumps that you just did this morning?
I put 21, then it was 29, then it was 31, and then I landed on 36. So, yeah, I'm happy with Malik. I texted, I did like some research and texted my Dolphins friend who I trust, who's very tapped in and understands. And he said, I was worried about Westbrook-Akeen, but apparently they don't really fuck with him that much. My thing was Malik is involved regardless, and now without Tyreek, he should get a bump as he was already involved. And the only thing my friend said is that the GM's on the hot seat, and they may do some classic dumb Dolphin shit and try and trade for like a wide receiver to be his replacement. So that would obviously fuck it. But, I mean, I'm not looking to start him. I think for bye weeks, he could be a good like last flex
he kind
play.
of looks like Tyreek out there too.
That's what
so
low
he
key.
could just be the one.
He's definitely like a guy that they could scheme up targets for.
Yeah, he can
He's
just
like
be a
on the
gadget
spectrum,
guy.
it feels like, between Kevontae Turpin and like Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and I needed wide receiver depth.
Like, I'll tell you, he
I've
won't give you a 0.
Right, I've
in your
thrown 2
lineup.
zeros out,
Yeah.
2 straight weeks that
Could've
obviously,
been-
depending
yeah.
what they were, could have definitely last week would have won me the matchup, and then 2 weeks ago, probably not, but like if someone had popped, could have. So I was tired of that. He's going to get targets. He's going to touch the ball, and if a 4 is better than a 0, at least in my brain, I'll take it.
He's a better start than Thielen.
Or
You not
Dante
throwing
Ford.
out Rashad Bateman one time is crazy.
Yeah, well, now he's not on my team, so R.I.P. Shad. Oh, no, I dropped Dante. But Shad should get dropped, potentially.
All right. Next pickup is me, Darius Slayton.
Surprised he only went for 30.
Yeah, that feels a
32.
little low.
I had no interest.
Wow.
Okay.
Beat Nate by $2. I mean, Slayton last year when Neighbors was out was so good. Like, I'm willing to take that risk again. Like, the odds he's the same as he was last year in that role is pretty low, especially with Jackson Dart as the
Yeah,
quarterback.
instead of, yeah.
But like for 16% of my fab, like I'm willing to take that shot and hope that he turns into that.
I love spike weeks. It's almost like picking up like Rashid Shaheed-ish at this point, I feel like.
Yeah.
It also feels like they created their script last week of how they're going to win games, which is try and bleed clock, use Scatterbo, dart on the feet a little bit. Like, I just don't know how many times he's going to throw the ball.
But also, like, how often are they going to be in game script where they can run the ball?
Maybe the first half they try and keep it as close as possible, and then maybe if they're down, they'll have to
Next
pivot
week they
for
play
sure.
the Saints, so you might
Yeah.
That's true. Next week.
It feels like, last week was definitely how they want to. I mean, it's not so much that they didn't throw the ball. Like, all those runs from Dart weren't design runs.
Right.
You know, a handful of them were, but, like, it is the reason. I don't remember what the fuck we were saying. Great pickup, Sexy.
Thank you. Next one, also me. Cooper Rush, $27. Ron put 16 down, so not really too much of an overpay. I mean, I just needed a quarterback this week. Rodgers on bye. Yeah. Rush feels like a solid fill-in for that.
Against Houston, though.
Who's your flex? Like, who would you start over him?
It wouldn't be a quarterback. Maybe Slayton, probably.
Did you change your bid after the Rappaport report came out?
I just put 27 and stuck with it.
What was the report?
Originally, it was like foregone conclusion out until the bye week. Rappaport said he's doubtful for this week, but it's more week to week than 2 to 4 weeks like people were originally saying.
Okay. I mean, I'm
So I
not
was
really
just
too worried about that because like this week is the main week that I would need him, especially because I feel like it's actually a winnable matchup for me with Joe having a lot of buys. So just having two quarterbacks is
How much did you spend on Hollywood that 1 week that you picked?
Oh, it was like 36 or something. Yeah. But I've kind of just given up on him because
got your losses.
Worthy's back
next week on me somehow. Cooper Rush went for $27 to Sexy. Okay, I guess we'll find out if Cooper Rush is any good or not.
Okay, next pickup. Nate gets Isaiah Bond.
Motherfucker.
Could have gone better for Team Nate. Our priority here, which we did accomplish, was to get a wide receiver just in case Ricky Pearsall is out and I need to start someone because, lose Cedric Tillman. DJ is on bye. No CD for a few weeks. So needed to just get a wide receiver that I could plug in the event that Ricky is out. We get Isaiah Bond. First two options of the guys I wanted off the table. That's poor bidding on my part. But we do get Isaiah Bond who, let's see what happens with Dylan Gabriel. Like maybe he's the second coming and all of a sudden Isaiah Bond, who should have been drafted higher, is like a solid, wide receiver too. Don't think he'll be a wide receiver too on my team, but if I need a spot start because Ricky's out playing Casey, if we can get double digits from him in Dylan Gabriel's first game, that'd be huge. So spend $20 on him, not too much, a little bit of upside, just need him for a spot start. So we do what we need to do this week, but could have gotten better for sure.
A lot of people bidding on Bond. We dropped Tillman. Is Tillman out for a while?
Tillman out for a while. Yeah, I think they might be putting him on IR.
Damn, okay.
Wait, why'd you say motherfucker? You put 0.
I honestly didn't think people were on Isaiah Bond
I'm
whatsoever.
pretty sure Nate watches your show.
Yeah, I was going to say Joe. There's no way Joe's tapped in.
No, he
Isaiah
was
Bond.
also, you should look at who's trending.
Yeah,
he was third on, Sleeper was offering him up as a good option.
Yeah, because I make videos about it.
You think that's what happens?
Probably.
Moves the market.
Yeah, big
I mean,
time.
that's a big reason why I put the bid on him.
And dumps players.
Because of your video. So
yeah, I don't watch those dumbass videos.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Tillman out, Bond's like the next guy up. He looked pretty good in week 1. They took a bunch of shots to him.
Getting more and more involved, snap share.
Running a lot of routes. Targets are just going to be more condensed there. So
good pickup for Nate.
So I ain't getting nobody. Fire.
Joe comes in for Amari DiMercato.
So many expensive bids.
Yeah.
Amari DiMercato went for $20. Sexy put in a $2 bid. $20 is it too much? I don't know. Is $20 a lot of money if this dude ends up being the workhorse for the next 4 weeks? No. Is $20 too much if he doesn't become a workhorse for the next 2 weeks? No, because we're playing fantasy football. That money doesn't mean shit. So I'll spend $20 on random people all day, every day. All my players that I would be starting right now are on bye, so he's getting in the lineup either way. So we'll see what you got, kid. We'll see what kind of athlete we have on the benches, and we're going to get him in the game. We're going to get the JV guys into the varsity type of game. And good thing we're going up against Sexy, who's also kind of in the same position. Like all his players are either hurt or on bye or just shit. So
that's what now, 8 bids of at least $20.
20's crazy for DiMercato.
Yeah, I put 2 down on him. Didn't think anybody would put 20, but I guess Joe saw the Trey Benson questionable tag this morning.
But I feel like every report was saying that Michael Carter was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Really?
By the way, I had 19 on DeMarcado as soon as the Benson news came out, and then I did like 10 minutes of research and found out that apparently it's Michael Carter's job.
Put it on Carter.
I did. Well, I click off it. I want to see. I feel like the name is there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Casey's the next one.
Shout out, honestly, Hayden or Josh. Josh tweeted, like, who would have thunk that Javonte Williams and Michael Carter would be top 20 running backs this week? And that's what I knew.
Casey grabbing Carter for 8, and Nick putting a 0, and J-Mo for 3.
Good shit.
Now I got a big,
I mean, he's not ruled out yet either.
Yeah.
no, not at all.
He's also at like Thursday night. He's got 10 days. to
Big
recover,
start
so.
sit decision between Ray Davis and Michael Carter.
I mean,
Where else would you rather be?
If Benson doesn't play, that's a great fill-in for you.
Except, like, is it really going to be all Michael Carter, or will it be just a split still? It kind of feels like.
They said
I
he's
think
going to be
DeMarco's
pass
gonna be the
catching
pass
back,
catcher,
and Carter's the workhorse, whatever the fuck that means, in that
makes
shitty
sense.
ass offense.
But yeah, with the great matchup,
Sorry.
could be a decent start. Next one, me again, Sean Tucker, the final bid.
That was
Really
your
beating
guy.
that
Yeah,
drum.
that was the only one Tony spent on.
Yeah, his highest bid is on Sean Tucker. Not going to be enough. I mean, if Bucky doesn't play this week, I would start Sean Tucker over Pacheco. So, like,
Why?
because
I
like,
love that for you.
you guys disagree?
Correct.
No, I just want to hear your reasoning.
Like, when Bucky or Rashad White doesn't play, Sean Tucker takes like half that role,
Right.
and then he looks really great when he does.
I think.
Wait.
He had like one massive
He
game.
had one
I don't
game
think
when
he's
they were
done
up by like
shit.
40.
Yeah,
points.
I think you're bugging.
Yeah, I don't. He was great in that one game, but other than that, when Bucky's not playing, it's like all Rashad White pretty much.
He didn't. Yeah, he had 34. Other than that, he didn't score more than 5 points a single time.
But that's the only game where he had like a decent snap share.
Yeah, what makes you think he's going to get more than Rashad?
I mean, maybe not more than Rashad, but like,
Has he played it all this year? That's my concern is like he's not gonna go into like Rashad White's role immediately.
Sexy catching hell for $7.
was it? Oh no, it was.
No, it's not the $7. It's the I like him more than
Darren
Rashad.
Wallace 70.
I mean, okay, I don't like him more than Rashad.
Thank you for taking that back.
Like, I would rather start Rashad. But look, it's because like the 1 week that Rashad missed last year,
Right.
week 6.
Rashad
Right,
wasn't there.
Rashad wasn't there,
But Bucky was.
but he
didn't
wasn't
really
in
kick
his
yeah.
in the starting. Whatever. Good pickup.
by
Good
like
pickup.
40. I do understand some of it was because of Sean Tucker, but like I don't think next week it's going to be like Rashad White gets 15 touches, Sean Tucker gets 14 or anything like that.
Oh, they play Seattle this week. Good luck.
I mean, like,
Nah,
how
good
much
pickup.
upside does Pacheco have? So, like, I'd rather take a shot
That's
on,
also
No, that's fair.
I guess.
on Sean Tucker. Okay, huge waiver wire week. It's kind of surprising that there was no bids for less than 7. Like, nobody won anybody for less than $7.
Hey, not for lack of trying.
Yeah, Tony
It's
tried.
honestly, I mean, I feel like this isn't like a secret by any means, but the later the weeks go, people are sitting on more fab and the bids go. Like the early weeks 1 through 1 and 2 primarily, other than when Isaiah Likely and Fannin went for crazy amounts, that's when you can actually get like the best value because people want to like save their fab.
Yeah, that's true.
Like every single week, outside of the people who have used all their fab, the bids are just going to go higher and higher because they just want to use it. Because JMO ended up, what'd you finish with last year?
Over 100,
Yeah.
I think.
Like, there's no reason to go home with that amount. That's why spending 70 isn't going to kill you.
There
I think
was.
you're like in the league. We give enough fab to have one big overspend.
100%. I feel it.
You're
You were not
overspending on
alone in
Carson
having
Steele,
over
yeah.
like 50 fab by end of season, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like it was like Jack too had a lot of fun.
Yeah, like,
But I think this is the most money cumulatively spent ever on the waiver wire in this league. There's $403 of
Wow.
fab being spent here. So huge week on the wire. All right, that is the week 5 waiver wire recap.
can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go for it.
I was critical of your guys' matchup preview video from week 1. But again, that is what you guys have to do. But I didn't appreciate. Giving your predictions is one thing, but you guys acting like I'm dumb, I did not appreciate.
Wait, week 1 preview?
You said that
No,
in
week one preview, I was like, you guys act like you know
I was
everything,
going over
but
the
that's
power
you have to, no, but that's what you have to do when you're talking preview is give your predictions. But you guys were like, does he even know that Darnold plays on Thursday and Fields has a concussion? Like, how
Oh, that was,
little
yeah,
do you
J-Mo
think
doing a
of
lot,
me?
calling you out.
How little do we think because you made the flex decision? You missed on the flex
Yes,
decision
I
the week
missed on
before.
Shakir.
You
But you're
started
like, does he
multiple
know that
donuts in your
Fields has a
roster.
fucking concussion? Obviously, I know my guy has a concussion.
Are we sure?
You feel better getting that out?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
I still have you as like a one of the worst managers, though. Putting 2 donuts in back-to-back weeks.
No, I'm not arguing that in the slightest.
That goes hand in hand.
I argue for my team, not for my managerial success. My team's fire. Just know
Team
that.
is fire.
Shit.
Just the manager's not
Got
very
a
great.
lot of 0-4s in here. Right?
Second most points last week.
There's more 0-4s than teams with wins. All right, week 5 of waiver wire recap in the books. Tune back in on Saturday to see the matchup previews.